Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to our service this evening. So glad to have you here so that we could transition from the holiness of Passover into the holiness of Shabbat. Rabbi Blustin is going to be leading us in services this afternoon. Page 226, so we can conclude our Passover celebration with the Mincha service for festivals, 226.
Ashrei Yoshvi V'Techa, Ashrei Yoshvi V'Techa, Od Yehalelucha Selah. Ashrei Am Shekachalo, Ashrei Am She'Adonai Eloav. Tilat Adonai Yidaber pi mivarech kol basar Shem kodsho le'olam va'ed V'anachnu nevorech ya Me'ata v'yad olam Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Continue at the bottom of page 227 and 228. ובארץ יום ושבף שיקום נאום אדוני ונזברתי מפי יזרח ואתה קדוש יושב תהילות ישראל וקרא זה אל זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוא כל הארץ כבודו מקבלים די מדין ותישאני רוח ושמע אחרי כל רעש גדול ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו ונטלת רוחה ושמית בת רגל Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. And we'll take page 228. Elohei Avraham Yitzchak Yisrael v'denim v'hu rachu v'chaber avon v'shiv v'ashim Adonai tzvarim anei tzvarim v'yisrael v'shot Yoshia melech yanenu v'yam korinu v'yam ויבטחו וחיודי שמך כי לא עזבת דושך אדוני אדוני חפץ למען צדקו יגדיל תורה וידיר. We turn ahead to our Amidah for our Mincha Yom Tov service. I will begin aloud on page 242b skipping over the Kedusha on 243, and taking a few moments to continue pages 244 through page 246, adding those passages for Pesach, for Passover, the festival of Matzot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol V'Zocher Chastei Avod ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך חוזר ופוקד ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ופוקד שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים מרחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמר אתה לחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים לך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש אתה בחרתנו מכל העמים page 244 תיתן לנו אלוהינו ביער ומועדים ושמחה וששונאתי יום אחד והמצוות הזה זכרתנו מפי קדוש זכרתי מצרים יום אחד המצוות הזה עשינו לנהל נגמור לחברים ושמוע עדים אנחנו שתהו לנצח תמיד שלנו עושה שלום ממרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
248.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו קויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגופי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשיבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. עקד נקבו זכרנו את הכנען המלכות שדרנו ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Mourners and others observing your site, please remain standing or enable your voices so we can join together with the Mourners Kaddish. 249. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah ve'alma divra kirtei ve'amli malchutei v'chayechon yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman karev v'yimru Hey shmei rabbah olam maya Yiparach, Shabbat, Kadar, V'yatalei, V'halal, Beit HaKudusha, B'rechu, Elam, Yinkol, B'rchata, V'shirata, V'shbechata, V'nechamata, V'amiran, V'yomah, V'yimra, Heish, Lama, Rabba, Min, Shemaya, Chaim, Aleinu, V'chol Yisrael, V'yimru, V'yimra, Shalom, everybody. So glad that you're all with us. Again, Rabbi Blustin, thank you for leading this evening. We're looking forward to a little bit of singing. It's less than we usually do because we're leaving the holiday of Passover and entering in Shabbat, which means that our rabbis didn't feel we needed that much spiritual uplift that we usually get from our Kabbalat Shabbat service with all those psalms, because we should already be there. 2 seders, lots of drinking. We should already be uplifted and ready to go. So they cut our Kabbalat Shabbat service just a little, but we will still continue to work to raise our spirit. So we're going to start with Yedid Nefesh, and then we'll jump a little further into the book. Yedid Nefesh, page 14 in our blue prayer books.
Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman Mishoch Avdach El Ritzonach Yarutz Avdach Gimo Ayal Yishtachaveh El Muladarach Yeravlo Yedidutach Mino Fetzuf Vecholetav Adonai Ziv Haolam Nafshi cholat avatach Ana elna rifana la beharod la noam zivach as titchazek vetitrape ve'aitalach shivchat olam vatikyemu rachamecha v'chusna al beno avach ki ze kama nichsov nichsav liro betiferet uzach ana eli machma libi chushana ve'atitalam higalena ufros chaviv alai etzukat shelomach taireret mikevodach nagila v'nismecha bach ma'er ahuv kiva moed v'choneni kimei olam yedai nai dai dai yedai dai 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 yedai dai dai yedai dai nai dai dai yedai nai dai dai yedai dai 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 yedai nai dai 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 nai dai dai yedai dai 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 yedai dai 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 yedai nai dai 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 mai dai dai yedai dai 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 yedai nai dai dai yedai nai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 We jump forward through most of our Kabbalat Shabbat at this point. But I want to just note and make comments about why we started with Yedid Nefesh. So much of the God that we've been encountering, the God that we've been talking about, is the God with the strong hand, the outstretched arm, the God who swoops in with a mighty fist and saves our people. But the God of Shabbat is a very different God. Yedid Nefesh, beloved soul partner, soulmate. Av HaRachaman, compassionate Father, full of mercy. This image is of a much more intimate sort of God, a God who walks with us in this moment, that sits with us across the table as we bring in Shabbat together. And yet it's a little bit of a revealed God, because at the end of it we ask, Higalena ufros chaviv alai, reveal yourself to us and spread over that peace upon us as we enter into this day, and show us that light, the light which we light of Shabbat. So we'll take that image with us throughout our service as we have a little bit more of an intimate service, lifting up these prayers. So we'll move forward to page 23 for our psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom Shabbat. 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 Mizmor shir, shir leyom Shabbat. Mizmor shir, shir leyom Shabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the song of Shabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the song of Shabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the song of Shabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the song of Shabbat. But we are also waiting to sing the song of Shabbat. We are also waiting to sing the song of Shabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer, ulezamer, l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer, ulezamer, l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Le'agid baboker chastecha. Le'agid baboker chastecha. אמונתך בלילות, באמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני. Four lines from the bottom of our page. Tzadik katamar yifrach ke'eretz malevanon yizkeh shetuli bebeit Adonai bechatrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenun b'seiva Dishenim vera'ananim iyu le'agid ki Yashar Adonai Tsuri Velo Avlatabo Adonai Malach Lavish page 24 Lavish and I will see the star of the 6 lines to the bottom of the song. Nasunarot Adonai, Nasunarot Kulam, Nasunarot Adonai, Isunarot Ochiam, Mikolot Maim Rabim, Adirim Shereya, Mikolot Maim Rabim, Adir Bamarum Adonai, Yadda, Yadda, Aina, Yadda, 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 Aina, Yadda, Yadda, Aina, Yadda, Yadda. Kodesh Adonai leorich yamim Yadda Yadda Aina Yababai 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 Aina Yababai Aina Yababai
Rabbi, can you hear us?
Those who are in mourning are just bringing your insights to Shabbos, rise, body, or in spirit, and listen online to enable the microphones in support of those mourners. As we recite the Shkaton in the middle of page 24. Yikadal v'yitadash shemei Rabbah, Yamad yivrak yirutei v'yamnichach V'chayachon yeit b'beit Yisrael Hagala b'zman karim v'amen Yesh mei Rabbah mevarach le'alam amen Yibarach v'yishabach v'yitmar v'yitnaseh Yitzadar v'yitalel v'yitabal shemei b'yisrael Eilad mikol b'yachata
Ishvehata Benechamata Damiram Biyama Biyamru Amen.
יש רבה מן
Shmaya
Yechaim Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen.
Amen.
שלום ירבה.
Oseh shalom, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol
Aleinu
Yisrael.
v'Yakol Yisrael Biyamru Amen.
Shalom, everybody. So glad to be with you. Rabbi Blustin, thank you so much for leading us. We'll be right back for Kabbalah for a minute. Nice. Mari, that's the service I'm looking for. The Mari service, just a minute. What's your thought about where we are, where we're coming from, where we're going with this holiday of Passover, especially as we leave Passover, at least for 2 days, and then make our way into Shabbat. And I want to couch it in that I often get, and I imagine most of us get in our lives, which is invitations to do meaningful things at inopportune times, right? So being in Atlanta, being in a city like Atlanta, there's all types of things going on. And when my wife and I, Brooke and I, first got here, we were seeing all these great festivals. Well, these art festivals, they all seem incredible, and they're all on Saturday. And that's always been a little bit of a challenge for us because we limit our movement on Saturday. We participate in shul community on Saturday. That's our spiritual practice. And so we've felt like we've missed out. And we've come and we're resigned to that. Like that's our choice, that's our religious identity, and so that's how we live our life. But then there are, of course, things that are really meaningful to us that are also part of our religious identity, causes that we feel very passionate about, things, injustices in the world that we work, 6 days a week to try to make better, and we get notices, right? We get notices from the community that they're having a rally or they're having a protest or they're having any number of things that are going on. And as I start to dig into the email, what do I find? Saturday, right? They're happening. It's a march down, Peachtree Road, Saturday afternoon or something. Even, by the way, Jewish things, Jewish causes that have been important to me that I've worked on, to find out that different segments of the community have decided that this was the day. And for their religious practice, they've made the decision that this overrides. This is at that level where they need to go do it. And they have their wonderful justifications and they bring it forward. And good for them. But it's always been a challenge for me. Am I not showing my support? Am I not showing my love for these causes? Am I not showing my interest in them by rejecting their offer, by pushing them away and saying, I'm not going to do this? Thank goodness, most of them are very understanding, right? They're very accommodating, but it always has that feeling to it. And then I come back to Passover, and I come back to where we are right now, and I realize freedom isn't about being able to do whatever we want. The freedom that we Jews fought for in Egypt was to go serve God. That's what we work to do, to move away from serving Pharaoh and move towards serving God and being part of a community. And so that's kind of where I find my spiritual strength. I find in that this spiritual practice is more than just a choice I make to have spiritual fulfillment, but is actually a serious call of resistance, a resistance to the oppression and tyranny that the world would lay upon my shoulders, and I think all of our shoulders. It's a real powerful idea about Shabbat that really holds me together with it. This idea that Shabbat isn't just a day off, but it's a day of mindfulness. It's a day of strength. But it's hard. It's hard when we have so many things pushing at us. The way in which we make a living, the way in which we work often pushes on us in that way, right? The emails, the phone calls that we have to return, all these things push at us, and it keeps us on that cycle. It keeps us doing these things to continue the same thing over and over again. Shabbat is that time where we cut into it and we say, no, we're going to go out like the Israelites asked, like Moses asked throughout the plagues to Pharaoh to say, let us go out and serve our God on these 3-day, thank goodness we don't have 3-day Shabbats. I guess we do, don't we? We just had a 3-day Shabbat. We're in the middle of a 3-day Shabbat with Passover. Go out and serve God. And Pharaoh kept saying no. And that often is the way that society feels, that our life feels. It keeps saying no, keep working, keep going, keep moving, don't stop. And so Shabbat becomes this great, great moment of resistance. But it's hard to see, because it's not as bold as a march or a protest. We're not holding signs. We're quiet. We're subtle. We're actually not seen in most of the community. And this really came to light for me in this year's Seder, when somebody pointed out that of the 4 questions, there was one question that was removed and one question replaced it. And it was really interesting. So the original 4 questions, as the Mishnah teaches us, is that we eat matzah on this night, different from all of the nights. That's like what we have in today's Haggadah. That we dip twice rather than just once. That's in our modern day Haggadah. That we eat bitter herbs, not just all of the vegetables. That again is in this Haggadah. But what changed from 2,000 years ago to today is that 2,000 years ago, the 4th question was talk about the Paschal offering, the Pesach offering, the offering that they painted the doorpost with and God passed over their house. And we don't talk about that. Instead, what do we talk about? Reclining, about leaning back in our seats. And I was really struck by how are they comparable? Like, why would you replace the bold sacrifice of the Paschal offering with sitting back in your chair? Like, what would be the connection? And the truth is that real freedom is subtle. It's subtle. Because what oppresses us, what holds us down, often comes upon us slowly. And we get acclimated and we get used to it. It becomes part of our life. We don't think there's any difference. But truthfully, getting out of it is subtle. Yes, we can make the bold moves and rip it off and change our lives and travel across the world, try to find ourselves. But truthfully, the way in which we become free is just making those subtle changes. And so for Shabbat, what is it? Turn off your phone, invite people over for a meal rather than going out. Any number of things in which you could change just subtly your life helps us get to that place of freedom, that place that Pharaoh would never let us. But by following God and following our own heart, we find our way to those subtle changes in which we could change our life. Shabbat Shalom and Hag Sameach. Let's continue with our service, page 28.
Am I gonna riff? Do you gonna riff? No, you get it. I can riff? Okay. Sure. Okay. What's the attribute tonight? Okay. Page 28. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhma poteach she'arim ובבנה משנה תמרי וסונים וזונים ידה 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 ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים. Page 29. אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך ותא תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת Alekein Adonai Eloheinu b'shוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם בלילה. ועברך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, והיה אם שמוע תשמעו זאת. ישמע לכם אשר תשמע לנו שמעים אדוני משלים עד בערב ציצית נפתח אל תדעו אחרי חמשות צייתי חיים ותצפיים לכם. Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 32. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. We find ourselves here on the other side of the waters, after taking that journey these last 2 days, after making our way out of Egypt and into freedom. And so we stand offering these words from the Song of the Sea that Moses and Miriam led for the people of Israel. Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, Ma'elim Adonai, Ma'elim. Mi kamocha. Nedar b'kodesh. Nora Teilot Ose Fele Malechutecha Ra'uvanecha Mokeayam Lifnei Moshe uMiriam Zeili Anu ve'amiru Adonai Melech Olei Olam Va'ed ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וכעלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גיא ישראל. Let's read together in English on the bottom left-hand side of page 33. Creator of peace, compassionate God, guide us to a covenant of peace with all your creatures, birds and beasts, as well as all humanity, a reflection of your image of compassion and peace. Give us strength to help sustain your promised covenant, abolishing blind strife and bloody warfare, so that they will no longer devastate the earth, so discord will no longer tear us asunder. Then all that is savage and brutal will vanish, and we shall fear evil no more. Guard our coming and our going, now toward waking, now toward sleep, always within your tranquil shelter. Beloved are you, sovereign of peace, whose embrace encompasses Jerusalem, the people Israel, and all humanity. ושמור צאתנו בואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. We rise together for Vishamru, page 34. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם נדידי עידי ביני ובין בני ישראלות היא לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. We take a few moments of private meditation as we offer the words of the Amidah, beginning on page 35, continuing through 38, being sure to add the passage for Passover at the bottom of page 36 for Shabbat Chol HaMoed. Ve'yishama ve'yipaked ve'yizacher zichroneinu v'fiktoneinu Ay v'zichron Avoteinu. Ay v'zichron Mashiach Ben David Avecha v'zichron Yerushalayim Ir Kodshecha v'zichron Kol Amecha Beit Yisrael Lefanecha Lifleta Litova. We turn forward to page 49 for our Kiddush for Shabbat. Savri Chavira, sorry, page 47. We'll start at 47 at the top paragraph, and then we'll move into page 49. Vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz v'chol tzivam Vayichal Elohim bayom hashvi melachto asher asa Vayishpot bayom hashvi mikom melachto asher asa Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashivi Vayikadesh oto ki vo shava mikom melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Savri Chavirai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lemase v'reishi כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאה מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. We are going to turn forward to page 55. Last night we began the counting of the Omer, which is the counting of the 50 days between Passover, the beginning of Passover, and Shavuot. As Rabbi Rosenthal talked about in his sermon earlier, Sevar Torah, freedom is not free. Freedom comes with obligation to the other. And so this counting links the freedom that we experience on Passover into the receiving of Torah, those 10 commandments on Mount Sinai, where we begin to get the laws, the stuff that makes up community and how we treat each other. So I want to teach us a melody for this introductory paragraph that we'll hear throughout these days. We'll count every single night as part of our evening minyan, and then we'll go into our counting. There are three parts to it: an A part, a B part, and a C part. The A and B part come back again at the end. But I want to teach us the B part together. It goes like this. Shel Sfirat HaOmer. Try that. Shel Sfirat HaOmer, Shel Sfirat HaOmer, Shel Sfirat HaOmer. Then it repeats together. Shel Sfirat HaOmer, Shel Sfirat HaOmer, Shel Sfirat HaOmer, Shel Sfirat HaOmer. The second time it comes around, it's Al Sfirat HaOmer. So you can see we'll begin with the first line in the middle of that page. Hineni muchan u'mezuman lekayem לקיים מצוות עשה מזומן מצוות עשה של ספירת העומר של ספירת העומר של ספירת העומר של ספירת העומר שבע שבתות תמימות תהיינה שבע שבתות תמימות תהיינה ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר השענו במצוותיו וציוונו על ספירת העומר על ספירת העומר על ספירת העומר על ספירת העומר. So yesterday was the counting of one night, so today היום שני ימים לעומר. היום שני ימים לעומר. Today is the second day of the Omer. As we count through these days, we layer upon 2 series of 7, which make up 49 days. So each week has one of the 7 attributes of God as part of the 10 Kabbalistic sefirot, and then each day has one of those 7. So yesterday was Chesed Shechesed. We're in the week of Chesed and loving kindness. So it's loving kindness and loving kindness. Tonight is the Gvura Shechesed, strength that comes within love. And there are a couple of different ways that we can look at that. One of them is the ways in which love helps to bring a strength in the world. That might be avash, the gura. Well, but what I really want to leave us with is today of these 24 hours to think about the ways in which gura, which strength is necessary within loving relationship. Ways in which we need boundaries, we need rules within our relationships, the things that we talk about, the things that we don't talk about, the things that we do together, the things that we do separately. What are the places we're willing to go with each other in order to form a foundation of trust and of love within it, and it's within that container that love can grow and form. So we'll take that thought with us into page 51 with our Alenu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה לעושה בראשית, שלא עשנו תגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים משחבים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נותן שמיים ויסד הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומי הוא אלוהינו אינו מתנקנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו בידת היום אל שיבוץ אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל והארץ מתחת עינות על כבודך אלוהינו ולמדך it's became la marche הכתוב בתורתך, נעים לך לעולם ועד, נאמר בחיי אדוני, מלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Maybe seated with sadness this past week. We lost Annette Zapparo, mother to Herschel and Susan to David and to Harriet to David, sister to Harold Lefkoff and Irma Merson. We pray that the Lefkoff Zapparo family are getting the care and love that they need during this time. We also note the continued Shloshim period, 30 days after passing for Betty Stoller, mother to Patsy and Bill Little, grandmother to Sarah Katz. On this 17th of Nisan, we remember with great affection Morris Daniels, father to Stanley Daniels and Marianne Garber, Sylvia Eisenstadt, mother to Stu Eisenstadt and Aunt Philip Menz, Marvine Susan Halper, sister to Tammy Schuler and to Linda Ornstein, Karen Lee Klenberg, daughter to Nancy Klenberg, Wendy Holt Heyman, living 11, stepmother to Rita Wolf, Annie Morris, grandmother to Mildred and Marty Quatnitz, and Ruby Upling Goldstein, mother to Betty Ann Schusterman, grandmother to Neil Gordon and Susan Moray. We also continue to walk with those who come every morning and evening for our prayer service, remembering David Carl Yarn, Bob Lax, Rita Tuvin, David Siegel, Marshall Motar, Adrian Cohen, Fulstuf, Kelly Annie, Saul Schamberg, Al Bahar, Gloria Bahar, Janice Gordon Tassine, Cookie Frank, Melvin Grossman, Carol Deutsch, Carol Bruno, Phyllis Podber, Murray Schamberg, Aubrey Garber Wasilewski, Alice Kaplan, Stan Pollock, Terry Brooks, Roberte, Ben Hyman, Gerald Stoneshine, excuse me. We pray that we haven't left anybody out. If we did, please forgive us. So I know that we're walking with you as you continue to love your loved ones, honoring them with the recitation of the morning Kaddish. Page 52. Yitkadal,
Yitkadal,
Yiskadal Shemay Rabba Yama Debrachi Ayakon Yumechon Ayedako Besis well Agala Rizma Kari Rame Ishme Rabba Mevora will Lemaya Ishtaba Israma Isada Isalan Isalal Svei Isha Rehu Lechasav Shivasa Shvachasav Nenechasa Damiram Yama Biyamuame Yeresh Mara Shemaya L'chaim Aleinu V'Yalko Yisrael Yimru Amen Yosef Shalom B'Bracha V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Yalko Yisrael Yimru Amen.
Shalom, everybody, and Chag
Shabbat
Sameach. Modim L'Simcha. I pray that your Passover celebrations were good. Rabbi Blustin, thank you so much for leading us this evening. Tomorrow morning, 9:30 in the morning for Shabbat morning services, Holy Moed services, we have a lot. In that service, special Torah readings, and Hallel as well. So we'll enjoy all that singing. It's going to be a meaningful experience. Judy Mark will be leading Torah service tomorrow morning, so hope you join her at 10:30. And then we'll have, as always, the Kiddush lunch. A little less leavened, but still just as delicious. So we hope that you'll join us for that. Tomorrow evening for Kabbalah Shabbat, for Havdalah services.
8 o'clock.
Rabbi, can you get past 7:45. 7:45 online only. So I hope that you'll join us for midnight tomorrow and Havdalah to end Shabbat and continue our way in Holy Moed. This coming week, there's a lot going on. We have the Hunger Seder at the Jewish Federation. That's on Monday evening. In addition, we're going to have here a very special conversation about race in America and our life with and our understanding of race and how we fit into that whole conversation. It's going to be a one-woman performance by Open Hand Theater, featuring a one-woman show about Shirley Chisholm, the first senator first Black senator. And so we'll look forward to having that experience, and afterwards there's dinner and table conversations about what we experienced in the play, and then also our own experiences and lots of guided questions, which should be really meaningful. And I hope that many of us will participate because we have to be part of the conversation if we're going to move our country forward. So hopefully you'll come to the safe space and be part of this meaningful conversation. So that'll be Monday at 10 o'clock. So Monday at 7 o'clock in the evening. So hope you join us for that. Later in the week, we have the last 2 days of the holiday, beginning Tuesday night and going through Wednesday morning and 9:30 in the morning, and then Thursday morning, also 9:30 in the morning, is the last day of the holiday, and we'll have our Yizkor service. So as every year, we focus at Yizkor on Yom HaShoah, which is coming up just in less than a week away from there. So we have an opportunity to talk about the major issues that the Shoah continues to pose to us and that we must continue to work through. So we will have members of our congregation sharing their experiences growing up in survivor homes and what values they pulled from that and what experiences they bring into the world from their loved ones who survived the Shoah. So and their loved ones who didn't. So it should be very meaningful. This display on the lobby that people could see about those families' lives. So it should be a really special time. So I hope that you join us next Thursday, 9:30 in the morning. And then there's a bunch of other things going on, so please check out the website and the e-blast, and you will keep informed. We're going to end our service with Shalom Aleichem. We're going to turn all the way back to page 13. Page 13. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Moachem L'Shalom, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Shabbos, good
Shabbat shalom.
Yantif, everybody.